Hello friends, how's it going? I'm Michael Selbit. In today's video, I would like to get started with the PlanetWatch project. I want to connect a little sensor, the Atmotube Pro Air sensor, and then start earning. I am a little bit nervous recording this video because it is going to be complex. There are a lot of steps. Today, I will need to get some Planet tokens. I will need the Planet tokens to purchase a license. Then I will have to set up a couple of apps. So lots of steps. But before we dive into this, let me tell you, this video is not financial advice. If you want to get involved with PlanetWatch, then check them out and look at the details and make your own decision. You can go to their website. For us over here in Europe, it is at planetwatch.io. For the rest of the world, it would be planetwatch.us. There are all the details. I want to start with it, so I prepared a couple of things for this video, just so that the video doesn't get so incredibly long. I already purchased the hardware, the sensor. I went ahead and ordered the sensor on Amazon.de over here in Germany. It did cost me 180 euro, including VAT and shipping, so it's not all that expensive. If you want to purchase this sensor in your country, you might have to hunt around a little bit. You could go to planetwatch.io in Europe or planetwatch.us in the rest of the world, and then go to become a Planet Watcher, say no, get a sensor now. Then you choose your Atmotube Pro Type 4 sensor and say discover, and then visit Atmotube store or visit whatever store they gave you in your country at that time. Over here in Germany, it leads me to atmotube.de. That's the Atmotube store. But over there, it's sold out. When you want to purchase one, probably you have to check out your Amazon or eBay or a shop like Home Depot or whatever you have in your country. Or maybe you're lucky and get one over here. Now, like I said, I already have one. There is something else that I prepared. Let me go to my Android device. I will need a couple of apps on my Android device, 3 of them, and I already installed them over here, so just that we don't have to go through the installation. First of all, it's the Atmotube app that is there for calibration and for updates of the sensor. I got it from the Play Store. So if you search for Atmotube over here, then you get there. Then the app is just beautiful. When I installed it, the app asked for access to Bluetooth and to GPS. I gave access to the app. Then it directly scanned and found the Atmotube Pro sensor, and it's now measuring my air quality over here. One thing that I did change in the menu, the only thing that I did change in the menu, because I have read it in the instructions somewhere on the PlanetWatch side, was I went to Menu, Settings, then scrolled down to Particulate Matter, and I set the mode to always on. By default, it was 10 minutes, but I changed it to always on, which should make it smoother since the sensor doesn't reconnect all the time. So that's something I did. Okay, with that, I should go out of here. And actually, I should fully close this Atmotube app because it shouldn't compete with the PlanetWatch app later on in the process when it is about connecting to the sensor. So let me go to the home menu and then to Atmotube, click on stop. Then it should be fully stopped. The next thing that we need and that I already installed is the Algorand wallet. Again, you go to your App Store or Play Store and search for Algorand wallet. Then install it and just follow the setup instructions. It's pretty straightforward. You add an account, create a new account. it's really important that you write down your 25-word seed phrase, and then you can give your wallet a fancy name. I called my wallet Algo64 just because. There's no particular reason. Alrighty. With the Algorand wallet, the last app that we will need is the PlanetWatch app. I went ahead in the Play Store and searched for PlanetWatch this time. PlanetWatch. And just installed it. I didn't choose any particular settings in this app yet. What I did was I allowed this app access to Bluetooth and GPS when it asked for that. But other than that, I didn't do any setup in this app yet. The next thing I have to do is I will have to get algos for my Algorand wallet from Bitfinex. I already went ahead to bitfinex.com and created an account. I just used my email address. I didn't do a KYC because that would take a long time. I am in Germany and I can directly access bitfinex.com. If I would be in some other country where I couldn't access it directly, I might have to use a VPN. But I could just go ahead, create an account. But since this account is not really validated by a KYC, my options over here are limited. I cannot fund it with my credit card, for example. What I did was I have sent over something like half a Litecoin over here. I go to wallets, then there is a wallet for Litecoin and it contains 0.497 Litecoin, which is about $60 US. I've chosen Litecoin just because I had half a Litecoin laying around in another wallet, and the transaction fees for Litecoin are quite small. But you could choose some other cryptocurrency. For example, eGold. I think with eGold, the transaction fees would be even smaller. Just choose something that is traded on Bitfinex, because the next step is I need USDT. So I go to trading, and under tickers, I search for my coin, which is LTC. And I click on the LTC USDT pair. Now I go from limit order to market order so that my order right now goes through really fast. Then I click the red disk in the amount of LTC to get all my LTC in here. And I click on exchange sell to sell my LTC for USDT. Let's try that out. Okay, this has been fully executed. Fantastic. Now I have to buy a small amount of Algo in order to set up my Algorand wallet. It wouldn't allow me to add planets as an asset without having Algos for the transaction fee. So let's get some Algos. Under trading, I search for Algorand. There. I click on the USDT pair. I make sure I have market selected over here. And then in the amount of Algo, I fill in 6 because that is the minimum amount that I can purchase over here. It will be around $5 US. And I click exchange buy. That has been executed. Now I have to send the Algos to my Algorand wallet. I go to wallets, withdraw, because I want to withdraw Algorand. And under cryptocurrencies, there is Algorand. I click on that. And now I have to fill in my wallet address over here. I go to the wallet on my mobile, open the wallet, and in the field with my account, there is a QR code button. I click the QR code button, it will give me my account address. Now I would have to get it over to my computer where I've got Bitfinex, which I could do via email or anything. But in this setup over here, I can just copy the address, then it's in my clipboard. And then I go to Bitfinex and I paste the address over here. For the amount, I just want to send over all the algos. I can click here on my balance, then it shows up in the amount field. And I have to check this box for I've read and understood the conditions and then request the withdrawal. I have to fill in my token from the Google Authenticator app on my phone. Let me fill that in. Now I have to copy a confirmation number from here to the confirmation number field. Click on confirm withdrawal. And the last step is that I get an email where I approve this withdrawal. I'm not filming my email inbox right now, but I will go there and approve the withdrawal. With that approved, let's check in my Algorand wallet if the algos arrived. And there we go. Algos were sent. Now they show up over here. It took round about 5 minutes for the algos to arrive over here, but now they're there. With this algos, I'm now able to pay transaction fees, and I will need a little bit of fee now for adding a new asset because I want to add the planet asset to my wallet. So I tap over here on add new asset. Then I search for planets there, and I leave this verified filter on because I only want the verified asset over here. So tap on that and I approve to add it. And that is done. Okay. Now I can go ahead and purchase planets on Bitfinex and send the planets over here. I go to trading. And in the tickers section, I search for planets. I click on the USDT pair. Over here. I change to market again. And now I click the green disk to purchase as many planets as I can afford with my USDT. Okay, exchange buy. Are you sure to put a market order? Yes, I know that's not ideal, but it's fast. And that has been executed. Same procedure like with the algos. I have to withdraw it from the wallet. So I go to wallet, withdraw. Go to cryptocurrencies, click on planets. Now I need the address of my Algorand wallet again. So let's go to my phone. Click on the QR code, copy address. I go to Bitfinex. I paste the address. Now I click on the number next to exchange to put all my planets in here. I confirm that I've read and agreed, and I request withdrawal. I need the two-factor authentication token from my phone, from my Google Authenticator app. Then I have to type in the confirmation number given here on the screen. Click on confirm withdrawal and then go to my email to give this withdrawal the final approval. Again, I'm not going to record my email, but I'll go there and I will approve the transaction. The planets landed in my wallet. That's fantastic. Yeah. This took another couple of minutes, but no problem. Now I'm ready to go ahead and purchase a license using my planets. I go back to planetwatch.io because I'm in Europe, otherwise it would be planetwatch.us. I click on Become a Planet Watcher because that's what I want to become. And I click on Yes, buy a license. I need the license type 4 and I click on Buy Now. I choose 1 year because I just want to test everything out. And add to cart. Then proceed to checkout. I will fill in the billing details, but I'm not recording that so that I don't have to blur out too many details later on in the video. My billing details are filled in. I did not choose to create an account. What is important is that the email address that I use here in the checkout has to be the same email address that I use later on when setting up the license in the PlanetWatch app. The license cost me a total of 356.3 planets. I have to check that I agree and read the privacy policy and pay with Bloomy. The only available payment method is digital currency planets. That's okay. Let's proceed. I select Algorand Wallet. And on my phone, in the wallet, I tap on this Send Receive button. I want to send something. I want to send planets. Now I have to put in the exact amount of planets over here. 356.3. Wonderful. I want to send that to an address. Well, if I had the phone now in my hand, I could also scan the QR code and just scan the QR code from my computer screen. That would be really easy. But for right now, I will tap on address and I will copy the planet's address from over here. Copy, then go back to the wallet, paste the address there. Then, very important, I have to enter the correct node. It's shown over here. So I will go to copy, paste the node over there, preview. That sounds about right. See, I pay a little bit of fee in Algos and I confirm with send the planets. Your transaction is complete, says my wallet. And your payment is successful, says the checkout page. Fantastic. That means I can now use my license inside the PlanetWatch app. So let's go to the PlanetWatch app. First thing is it needs access to my AtmoTube Pro sensor. So I click Access. Checking for devices and it finds my AtmoTube. So let's say connect via Bluetooth. Yes. Now I have to enter the email address that I used in the checkout when purchasing the license. I'm going to blur the email address in the video. And then I have to choose a PIN number with 6 numbers. Now there's currently a bug in PlanetWatch so that I better don't choose a PIN that starts with a 0. Everything else is fine, but if it starts with a 0, then I might have problems later on. So let's choose a PIN number that doesn't start with 0. I accept the privacy policy and go to registration. Read the disclaimer. I accept the terms of service and continue. Now they show me a passphrase for a wallet that is created specifically for my PlanetWatch activity. Again, it is super important that I write down all the 25 words of this passphrase in their exact order. I'm going to do that without recording it. Then what happened once I verified that I had my passphrase written down is the app created another Algorand wallet just specifically for the PlanetWatch activities in the background. I can click OK. And now I should be set. The question is, of course, will it work as a miner for Planet tokens? Will I actually receive rewards for transferring my AtmoTube data to the Algorand blockchain? I will probably make an update video in a month or so and have a look at the results. But for right now, I'm quite happy with the setup and I'm really looking forward to being involved in this cool project. I hope you find this useful. Let me know if you are also on PlanetWatch. Let me know if you saw in this video that I made some mistakes, that probably I could do something better. That would be very nice. Please click on like if you like the video, click on subscribe if you want to see more videos. And with that, I hope I see you in the next video.